Hi there, my name is Matt Cole, lead singer and guitarist of the Sexperts podcast, along with my good friend and drummer Brian Garrity. Before I begin, I have a few announcements. Heidi Peelen, thank you so much for being our guest during this episode. She is a local artist and comedian. You can see her at the Push Comedy Theater Friday, August 18th at 8 p.m. and her show, Low Key Starved. Tickets are $10. Get them online at pushcomedytheater.com. And speaking of which, a very special thanks to the Push Comedy Theater. They are our first official sponsor. We have a lot of fun and exciting things planned with them, especially during the Norfolk Comedy Festival, which is coming up September 13th through 17th in Norfolk, Virginia. Get tickets and show information online at norfolkcomedyfestival.com. Also, send us your topic suggestions and questions at therealsexperts@gmail.com. So without further ado, everything you are about to hear is made up on the spot, so please enjoy this wondrous episode of The Sexperts.
Turn on your computer, dial up the web, download some information into your head. It's Dr. John and Delilah, they're having a great time. To do it simply true, we're the Sexperts.
And we're recording, and intro music, and hi there, welcome to The Sexperts. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Haydair, proprietor of a new non-alcoholic craft brewery.
Well, I can't wait to hear about that, but I just want to tell everyone at home a little about the Sexperts. If you're just tuning in, we're live right now at the Norfolk Fishery. It's a fishery habitat. I see a blue marlin swimming by right now. That's crazy. But we're here live to talk to you about sex. Everything inside, outside, left, right, north, center, east, west of sex.
Soup to nuts.
Soup to nuts, which we'll hold off on that topic. That sounds like a good topic of the day one day. But we actually have a topic of the day, which, thank you, Ed Carden. He's really sending in a lot. He must be a sexpert himself. But this week we're talking all about DIY, which stands for
Do It Yourself.
Lambskin condoms. All right, so we're going to start from scratch. We're going to start from raising the baby lamb all the way to the things in your ding-dong. Do it yourself, lambskin condoms.
This is a great one because this is a project you can do with your kids. I mean, the first stages. Stages.
Now, I know your kids are interested in breweries too, but talk about your brewery.
Well, that was
do you do it with your kids, or?
Well, that was part of the inspiration. Was I was spending so much time in breweries.
Yeah.
And sure, they have some activities for kids,
right,
but not a lot. Mm-hmm. And my kids were kind of tired of all 47 breweries in the Hampton Roads area. So
Hampton Roads is in Virginia for our worldwide listeners.
Yeah, thank you. So basically, I got to talking with my wife, soon-to-be ex-wife.
I'm sorry to hear about
That's
that.
That's okay. And anyways, we decided to make a kid-themed brewery.
Oh, good. Like the Chuck E. Cheese of breweries.
Yeah. But the alcohol and beverage control wouldn't allow us to do alcoholic beer, and that makes sense. So all of our beers are non-alcoholic, which means you can drink them all day, all night.
In front of your kids.
And still drive your kids home.
And still be a good role model. Well, I don't want to get too chatty, because I see our guest walking out right now. She's kind of, her hair is kind of wet. Looks like you jumped in the tank. But hi there. How are you?
Hello.
Hi there. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, my name is Kelly Kant. I'm a horticulturalist and physical therapist.
Wow. Kelly Kant?
Kant.
Kelly. Can you spell that, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's silent S.
You're having difficulty. Oh, you have a starfish in your mouth. That's fine. Let me get that out there.
Honestly, if that was my name, I would laugh every time.
Thank you. That was a very strange experience.
I know. Said
really
spell
grabs onto your tongue.
You can start off spelling your first name if you want to kind of warm up to the.
Absolutely, it's Kelly. It's just Kell.
You're having trouble with that one too.
It seems to have laid spawn.
More starfish.
Got a little baby starfish in your mouth.
I'm very sorry.
All right,
it's
go for it.
Totally inappropriate.
Okay.
And then that's Kant. That's a silent S, VANTE. Kant.
Wow, I'm kind of shocked.
I would have butchered that if I read it out loud.
I am too. I think it's changed a few times.
We're all immigrants here in Virginia, in the U.S.
But
Okay, well, talk to us about your background. You're a horticulturist, as well as a
physical
therapist. Are you a physical therapist to plants, or you delve in humans? Tell us about that.
You know what? I try to bounce between the two.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not horticulturing, I'm physically therapizing. the horticulture,
Yeah.
and that to me is a real balance.
I like, we have a lot of guests on here with a lot of background, a lot of expertise. We have over how many years of Sexpertise?
49.
About 49, probably 50 in a couple weeks.
Incredible.
We have a lot of like hoity-toity, like kind of white-collar professionals on the show, and they use big words, but you say therapizing, so you talk, you talk good.
I try to keep it realistic, dumbing it down for the general public.
Colloquial.
Can you spell colloquial?
Colloquial is a really shitty way to say. Like, it's a really snobby way of saying, like, basic.
I like that. I might
Thank
borrow
you.
it.
It's ironic.
That's why you're a sexpert, not a wordspert.
Yes.
All right, so what do you do as a horticulturalist?
Horticulturist, I pet plants, so I just walk up to them. A lot of times, if you have an artificial Christmas tree, you fluff it. I do that, but with real plants. So I just kind of talk to them. And
So you fluff real plants.
massage the petals.
And what does that do for them?
And oftentimes, it will kill the plant.
So are you
You
like
shouldn't touch it.
are you like
Grease.
the Dr. Kevorkian of plants?
I do the best I can with what I have. I didn't say I had a green thumb, but I am a horticulturist.
It's good to have an awareness, because it's like actors like Keanu Reeves. I feel like as an actor, he doesn't have like a good awareness that he's just a shitty actor. But
Yes.
you're admitting that you're not a very great horticulturist, and that's fine.
There's an environmentalist stipend that comes with it, just from the government. So if
You're doing it for the money?
Absolutely.
Well,
I'm also conscious of the environment. I wouldn't say that, I'm doing it.
I've got a front garden full of weeds that you could horticulture anytime
Thank you for the
anytime you'd like.
invitation. I would certainly love to send you an estimate. It's a great idea.
You are all about the money. This is great. We're not making, well, I guess we can't go into figures, but I mean, we're doing pretty well as Sexperts, right?
Last I looked, we were the highest grossing Sexperts in the United States.
Speaking of the highest grossing Sexperts in the United States, what we're talking about today, our topic today is do-yourself lambskin condoms. Doesn't actually take a whole lot of money. I mean, as long as you have a lamb and time.
Speaking of
It's
not having
environmentally friendly as well.
Yeah.
speaking of not having a lot of money,
Yeah.
I'm about to lose the brewery.
Oh, no. Because it's not making money or the divorce. Or
I just went. It's hard to look at a catalog of kids' activities like indoor playground equipment and the like.
Yeah.
It's hard to look at that kind of stuff and maintain some sorts of sense of control. I spent way too much money.
You have one of those zip lines in your place, don't you?
I have 5 zip lines.
That is, I would have probably stopped at 3, but you were ambitious.
I wanted an entire family of 5 to be able to get a Christmas card photo simultaneously ziplining through my non-alcoholic brewery.
And it's so weird because none of your family volunteered to do that with you, which is just a waste.
No, it's my new family, which is just me.
And that's a lonely picture of just you ziplining. There's 4 other slots for a zipline.
You're attributing the feeling of loneliness to it. I feel to me, it's a freedom picture.
Would you do something like that, like zip lines, or are you active? What do you like to do for fun? Hobbies?
I do sit indoors a lot. I'm not very active. The idea of zipline really gets my hands sweaty. I don't like that at all. I do now. I roll around in a lot of cilantro. That to some people is a form of exercise.
What does that do for you?
You just hate cilantro.
It smells delicious. I don't hate it. I do kill it in the process, but again, it's not unfamiliar for me. But it's aerobic.
Who is that? Is it Bloody Mary or Typhoid Mary? Somebody was like so like sick and diseased, like she just like touched somebody and they wilted or something. What am I thinking of? What is that?
I went to community college.
I don't know.
You're the certified professional midwife around here.
Oh God. Some people say, speaking of midwifery, some people say cilantro smells like semen. Do you think that?
I think semen smells like Cheerios.
Really?
Yes, in milk.
Cheerios and milk. I've never heard that before.
I would take a good dose of cilantro smell over this fishery.
It is, yeah. That's kind of the worst part. They have nose plugs over there. Do you want some?
No, I can't handle interference in my nasal passage.
Yeah. I heard that's why you're getting divorced. Is you refuse to wear your CPAP machine at night, and that's just not right.
Worse than that, after several times of waking up, having been forcibly CPAP'd against my will, my wife would hook me up to it in my sleep.
That's some sort of assault, I think, right?
It's certainly an invasion of my rights. we just, after like 4 or 5 of those, we weren't talking. Just two people sitting over their bowls of honey bunches of oats, staring at each other with hatred. Finally, I called it out and said, "Hey, honey, I'm moving to an apartment and I'm starting a non-alcoholic brewery."
God, you're living the dream. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations, Kelly? Kelly Kuhn? Kelly Kuhn?
I'm not really sure. My aspirations would have to be, to just a standard, raise a family. I really want to get pregnant. That's hard to do because I spend so much time around plants. But they are coming up with something that could possibly impregnate me. Plant-based.
A plant-based impregnator?
Yes.
Like your baby would be half plant, half man?
Cattails around the wetlands.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is that way?
That's it.
Enough said.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was walking by a mushroom today, and I just had the weirdest thought. I thought about doing maybe stand-up comedy someday. I'm not sure. I'm a midwife. I don't have a lot of time. But
You're very observational.
I think so. Mm-hmm. But if you notice, mushrooms look a lot like penises, and that's kind of.
I think
that's a good start, right?
It's a common nickname for them, isn't it? Mushroom head.
But you're saying cattails look more like penises and could possibly impregnate someone.
Oh, no. They don't look anything like a penis. That's silly. That doesn't make any sense. But no, a very specific type of dust that blows off of the cattail is the type that they would use, and they would mix that with a semen sort of formulation, and that semen in itself would impregnate.
Oh my God.
I don't know where you got
You have to be specific when you're talking to us, because both of us went straight to penises.
Silly. Oh,
we just go there too.
Funny.
Oh,
it is a phallic form.
Speaking of which, we do have to get to our topic of the day, because I really want your perspective on this, and maybe because you seem very kind of in the know about lambs, nature, but it's do-it-yourself lambskin condoms, and you want a good tool.
Well, what if I wanted to do my own horticulturing? Where would I start for that?
That's a good question. Do-it-yourself horticulturing. Where would you start?
Well, and referring back to the weeds in your garden that you were talking about,
sure.
Continue to neglect that.
Done.
That's something that a lot of people don't think about it, but the effortlessness of horticulture is really where it begins.
Absolutely, because like you think of famous musicians like rock stars, it's effortless. If you watch them play, if you watch a Chris Martin of Coldplay, watch him play, and it's just he wakes up and rolls out of bed and writes a hit song.
And there he is.
So essentially, all of our listeners right now, whether they're driving to work, working out, making love, they're all essentially.
Wait, you think they're making love to our podcast? Let's hope so.
The Social Security agencies reported a very high number of Dr. John Alanis names this past year. But so they're essentially doing their own horticulture simultaneously.
They're on their way to something.
So you're saying a good start is a non-start.
Absolutely.
Is a start. This is blowing my mind.
Kick it in reverse and see what happens from there.
So wait, now you're saying do the opposite of horticulture to start horticulturing?
Yes.
So withhold water from your favorite plants.
It's about neglect.
Water the ones you don't like.
Right. As I was saying, I massage mine. Massage the hell out of them till it's completely dead.
Would you, you said you want to start a family. Would you have the same mindset of neglect for raising a family? Or
I think that is the whole argument of nature versus nurture. And it's important that a child learn to feed itself.
Well, I brought a basket of Virginia creeper.
And we heard you were on the show, so we want to see exactly what you do here.
I want to see if you would demonstrate your techniques for massage.
I haven't seen that breed of it before.
Describe the creeper. Describe it to us.
Well, Virginia creeper is often mistaken for poison ivy, but it's got 4 leaves. So 3 is bad, 4 is good. And so Virginia creeper is just a vine-like plant that grows over everything and scares people to death.
Right.
But it doesn't really pose anything.
I just saw it grow. It's growing out of the basket right now.
It probably needs to be massaged before it takes over this entire fishery.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that's where I'll get started right here. And that's where physical therapy.
A piece of it just jumped off in the lake over there.
This is an active one. I thought they were dormant.
Let's see what you do. Massage it.
There it is.
Oh my God.
You see how it's almost curling up?
Oh my God. It's withering around your finger as we speak.
It's like I see a tear dripping off of the leaf.
That's okay. It's going home.
Assisted suicide for creepers.
It shall creep no longer.
Let's go ahead and play Radiohead's Creep in the background here. Dong 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 dong. That song sucks. I'm putting applause on that one.
It's going to be stuck in my head all day
It's
now.
almost unrecognizable.
Well, anyways, that creeper shall creep no longer. If we could only do that to all the creepers. In the
I swear to God, it may have been like a foot tall, and now you have massaged it down to maybe like 4.5 inches.
The leaves have already less greened.
So, assuming that one that sprouted off into the fishery doesn't come back to haunt us, we should be good.
You believe in ghosts?
On the weekends.
I wasn't expecting that either.
Well, that's because ghosts have to work.
Every ghost is working for the weekend. I love
Every
that song.
ghost just
Is that
wants
Chris Martin?
some new romance.
Oh, yeah, like the movie Ghost. Speaking of which, do-it-yourself lambskin condoms, which if you're fucking a ghost, you probably don't need to use a lambskin condom because it's a ghost.
I wouldn't put that evil into the air.
Oh.
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there.
Oh.
Absolutely, you could get pregnant from a ghost. If I can get pregnant from a cattail's dust.
I was just thinking, is there a paternity test that could clarify whether this child came from a
It's
ghost?
just like the
or
Star
a cat?
Babies, but with aliens. Like that invisible gas.
Maury Povich with a couch full of ghosts and cattails. You are not the father. And they're all dancing.
I
off
think
the
he
stage.
left.
So what are you working on right now? What's your big project?
Well, physical therapy has kind of taken the front seat here in the most recent. As you know, horticulture is failing me miserably. Plants keep dying around me. The government's started to have an eye on me for my stipend.
Are you on the
thinking
no-fly
that
list?
Perhaps maybe I'm not.
Do you massage people too? Did we discuss that, or just
With
plants?
physical therapy, you might
Physical therapy. I
assume
keep
that.
thinking of massage therapy. Physical therapy. Sorry.
You might assume
Yeah.
that one massages areas of the body for that sort of therapy, but you don't. In fact, it's just the opposite. Similar to the plants, similar to horticulture, you beat the hell out of something. If it's broken or if you've experienced a sprain or strain.
I can
in some sort of
imagine
muscle.
during your sessions, a lot of people call out your last name. Like, oh, cut!
Oh, that's very true. You know, I've never thought about it as a derogatory thing until just now.
Oh,
that's
yeah, I mean...
One of her patients getting home to their wife, that cunt really did a number on me tonight.
doctor.
Or no, they probably, if they have little children at home, they can't say the word, they probably spell it out. So that little SVUNTE.
SVANTE. Very confusing.
At my brewery, all of our beers,
Yeah.
all the types, you have to order by spelling them out. Because we don't want the kids to be influenced in any way.
Do you have like naughty names, like puns and stuff?
The easiest beer to order at my brewery is
Yeah.
an alcohol-free IPA because it's already spelled out.
Oh, God.
Do you have kiosks at your brewery to order? Do they type in, or do they just walk up and
They
verbally
walk
request?
up and verbally, and we have clowns working the
Wait, because it's kids.
all the cashiers,
Balloon animals?
all the what do you call it, beer guys, all the
Winches?
all the beer pourers are clowns. All the waitresses are
Also clowns without degrees.
on unicycles.
Bitches.
It's a fun place. I really recommend. We do adult birthday parties too, as long as you don't mind not having.
I think I know where all your money went. Insurance. You got unicycles, clowns, zip lines. That must have been a pretty penny. Nobody probably wanted to insure you.
No, we had to go self-insured, which that took a lot of our money as well.
Yeah. God. Well, speaking of taking a lot of money as well, do-it-yourself lambskin condoms, which the technique, we actually have a little cutout, like a little template for you, which we'll go ahead and put up online.
Speaking of cutouts,
Perforated.
Yeah, it's perforated.
I had a line in the water this whole time,
Yeah.
and I just caught a haddock.
What's a haddock?
It's a type of fish.
Very-
We'll be specific. What kind of...
It's a predator fish from Northern Ireland.
What does it eat? Does it eat humans?
No, it eats other small
Other
fish
Oh.
and frogs. Anyways,
Sizable.
Yeah.
You've actually got a very sizable fish there.
yes, and I that's the thing is I've got a little small grill here.
What's that on his tail? Oh my God! It's part of the creeper is already wrapped around its tail.
Damn it!
I think you just ruined an ecosystem, bro.
Not me.
You threw the creeper in there. You brought the creeper.
I brought the creeper to be murdered.
A creeper would serve as a nice seasoning, I think, for a haddock.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Well, I was gonna grill the haddock, and after we're done
Is that
recording,
a George Foreman you've got there?
It is.
Excellent.
It's a outdoor George Foreman, a George outdoorsman, and I was gonna light it up, and we'll have a nice creeper salad. We've got all the creeper we can eat.
We got 2 creepers right here. I'm looking at one
covered in it right now.
We got 2 creepers and a cunt.
Hey.
I think we have the title for this episode.
We're gonna start our own new podcast: 2 creepers and a cunt. But
before I light the grill, let's make sure we cover our topic.
Yeah, do yourself. Actually, no. The creeper is actually they're sending us out. Actually, we're gonna have to close this out. They're sending us out. Sorry, we don't have time to get to our topic of the day. I'm so sorry. I know you wanted to talk about do yourself lambskin. We had a lamb here to actually show you how to do it, but yeah. Well,
my kids
disappointed.
My kids and I have published a series of do-it-yourself YouTube videos for lambskin condoms, so I'll be sure to post those in the show notes.
Excellent.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly, for being here. You were a delight. Any last-minute words, thoughts for our viewers?
Nothing I can think of in particular, except that be careful in the wetlands and the marsh with the cattails.
You could get pregnant.
Well, that'll do it for the Sexperts. I am your host, Dr. John T. Alanese, CPM.
And I'm Delilah Hayder, and if you are a out-of-work clown, check out my non-alcoholic brewery.
See you sex time.
Is that me? Do I say?
Data to do it simply true. We're the Sexperts.
That's our show. If you like what you heard and you think it was worth $1, join the official Sexperts fan club at patreon.com/Sexperts podcast. A special thanks to the Push Comedy Theater and all of our supporters. Bye-bye.